Hey, what's up, guys? Intuitive 717. I'm back with another reading. I'm going to dive right into a bit of a romantic one, as you guys can maybe tell by the title. So take what resonates, and please, if it's not your thing, there are so many other titles to explore. I have different playlists. And if you guys do want to speak to me live, I am available as of 9 p.m. tonight until about midnight. So if you would like a mini reading through speaking to me, or if you prefer to text, make sure you go and visit my Hipsy profile. I do have all of the details in the description box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find out what's going on with the Divine Masculines, okay? Because even though there's silence between the both of you, I feel like there's still a lot of passion, okay? We have assistants, we have spirit guides. I feel like many of them could be feeling that push to communicate or reach out, because I feel like the passion that they're feeling it's the truth, right? I feel like for many of them, their feelings are guiding them, or their emotions are guiding them at this time. We have toxicity, we have bound, and we have patterns. Okay, we have tower moments as well. I did share in the previous reading that many of them are going through some kind of unexpected tower moment, or there could be a lot of conflict right now because they're being pulled into different directions, okay? Many of them just want to leap out of a situation that they're in. They know that there could be many more fruitful opportunities. I'm also seeing too, like, it's not just about jumping into a relationship with you, Divine Feminine. Like, I feel like your presence has brought in this particular energy into their life where they can do anything. There's so much that they've wanted to do. I'm getting for many of the Divine Masculines, like, this year is about many of them going through a lot of spiritual experiences, and also like really sinking into their role as the Divine Masculines, being able to make things happen and make it happen rather quickly. And with your energy in there, there's a sense of magic, or feeling like they're on top of the world, or that they can just do it, they can make it happen. But first, I really do feel like they have to pass through some kind of storm, okay? They've got to have the courage to break away from something that's holding them back. And I feel like because they've been caught up in these toxic patterns, it's stopping them from seeing who it is they are. That's why I feel like so many of my channeled messages had a lot to do with sobering up. I feel like many of the Divine Feminines as well, especially if you've been intimate with your Divine Masculines, many of you really got a glimpse of the things that they truly struggle with. So I feel like many of you took the charge in your own lives to heal certain things that would assist or help your Divine Masculines, and now is the time that I feel like it's coming up for a lot of them. And that is really what solidifies the bond between you two as well, because they know and can see that you're making certain changes and that it's having an effect on them as well. So I think that that is where a lot of the passion is coming from. That's why they are getting a lot of assistance from their spirit guides, or they could be dreaming of you or seeing a lot of messages. And I feel like when they dream of you and they see you, they know that they're on the right path. That's something else that stands out for me. Like, the minute your Divine Masculines start feeling your energy in their life again, particularly through dreams, they know that they're doing the right thing. So a lot of them could definitely be experiencing a lot of these heavy tower moments because they're choosing to break free. So the towers naturally fall in to show them what they're made of. And I feel too like it's not even a scary thing for them. In the past it was, because they were so afraid of being alone, or losing resources, or losing money, or having to start over. But I think if anything, 2024 taught them that having to start from scratch is a lot easier than staying in this. So that's what many of them are starting to step up and see. We have cold and detachment. I think that this is taking a lot from them. That's why many of you can also feel at times this very anxious, or I was going to say another word that started with R, but it just slipped away from me. Rigid, that was it. This very anxious and rigid energy, like you're shaking your knee. It's because many of them really needed to get into that energy of being cold and detached, because to detach means that you have to change the way you view your comforts or money. Many of them are starting to sacrifice the idea of, you know, whether it's making a lot of money or taking a lot of money from people for the sake of their dignity and like their freedom, right? We have the freedom and the leap card and opportunities here. Many of them were stranded and stuck in a lot of toxic situations because people were dangling the carrot over their head in the terms of finances, resources, money. A lot of the karmic situations as well were fueled with money, but at the same time, with that money also came a lot of toxic cycles, right? Feeling like they had their thumb down over the divine masculine, and just with their spiritual ranking, their soul could not sit with anybody having their thumb down over them. It's like the worst thing you could do with the divine masculines in this particular incarnation, because it really is one of those lessons that they're meant to learn, is to break free from that, is that they are the treasure. Their energy is the gift. They can break away from these situations and still find success starting from scratch, but it's taken them a while to really know that, or to understand that. And I feel like that's when the divine feminine stepped into the picture. So let's see what kind of lessons the divine feminine has brought to the table and what the divine masculines are up to now. Yeah, there it is. We have change, we have courage, someone literally walking away with their luggage or their baggage on a train track. It tells me that they're headed in a different direction because they've most likely worked up the courage and faith to take this new leap of faith. And again, I keep hearing this message of, it's not about jumping into a relationship with the divine feminine, but it's more so the divine feminine's energy and your presence. They can't help but fall in love with you because you have brought in so much of these lighthearted energies, right? I feel like that's exactly what might have been missing from their life, is that you came in there and you brought life into their world. You brought color into a black and white world. Okay, and that color, I feel, is what gave them the courage to extend their heart or open their heart, or maybe even love on themselves more. And when the divine masculines start loving on themselves, then they start convincing themselves that they do deserve happiness. And they start seeing things differently. That's why they start looking at money differently, addictions, certain groups of friends. Like, just because it's a big social circle and we go out places and we hang out together, doesn't mean that I need to be in that, because the vibe I feel is not right. Many of them are wondering and stopping themselves, asking, like, why am I wasting money to hang out with people that I really don't even enjoy their company? Why am I wasting time in this relationship, for example, when I don't even really enjoy going to bed at night next to this person? I don't even enjoy waking up to them. In fact, I dread waking up to them. I feel like many of them are starting to wake up and step out of those cycles. And the reason it feels like a leap for many of them is because they've really been under this illusion that, like, this tower moment was going to be really big and shitty and scary, and that it was going to be beyond their control. That's how the karmic energies work, is like, it really messes with your mind, that you really don't have the means of doing it. But what the divine feminine brought to the table was let go of control issues. Like, you really just need to let things unfold, make a move and see how the puzzle pieces fall into place. But it's about instant action. And I feel like a lot of the divine masculines have really changed and shifted their mentality. Like, they're not second guessing themselves. They're not in this energy of indecision anymore. And that's what makes the connection with the divine feminine so beautiful. It's something that they really can't let go of. There's our Six of Spring again. I'm going to put it back in the deck because it came out in the last reading, but it just, it came out for the divine feminine as far as, like, the victory that you've had with the spiritual journey. And I feel like particularly the influence that you've had over your divine masculines. They're letting every area of their life now unfold naturally. I feel like many of them are letting go of control issues. They're not fighting certain cycles. They really are just learning to speak their truth and put boundaries into place. What you have also brought to the table and have maybe taught them is to do it with kindness, with grace, because before they might have been doing it where they couldn't dismantle these towers properly because they'd always end up as the bad guy. Okay, and these karmic energies would manipulate their emotions and use their emotions against them. So they stayed in this toxic pattern or this toxic loop. Then comes in the divine feminine, asking the divine masculine to just let things unfold naturally, open up your heart again, especially loving on yourself. So I feel like a lot of the divine masculine started creating healthier habits. What was the divine masculine's energy after the divine feminine came in? What was the effect on the divine masculines? Okay, we have the Three of Winter, reaching out to others for comfort and love. Okay, so growing stronger from situations and sadness that heals over time. So I feel that support is what you ideally showed this divine masculine. Also the Four of Autumn, which is, ooh, look at that, managing their resources wisely, achieving a balance in how they spend and save. I was talking about that. Right? Why am I wasting time and money and energy on these people and I don't even really like their company? managing your resources wisely. It's more than money. Like, it's your time, your energy. Like, a lot of them were living in such a mundane and I feel, again, with this toxic here, just a life that revolved around trauma patterns or karmic patterns that have existed all their lives. Like, I feel like many of your divine masculines, when you met them, many of them chose partners, and maybe even you did as well, divine feminine, but it really did reflect a lot of the trauma that you've been through, like clinging to certain partnerships because you don't know how to be independent yourself, and you stay with this person because maybe they know how to be independent and they take care of all the bills, and I wouldn't know the first thing about paying a mortgage or my rent and being responsible for running all the household and being responsible for my bills. I've always had somebody take care of those things for me. And then comes your twin flame, and they tend to push those boundaries and test those boundaries and get you to open up your eyes about like how you're living. Like, is this the life that you want for yourself? Or do you want freedom and autonomy and independence? And to live in authenticity and to be able to make decisions and be there for yourself and not have to be under the thumb of anybody and not have anybody dangle the carrot over your head. You be able to have those carrots yourself. No one has to dangle anything. You have a whole garden of carrots. That's another thing too I'm getting with the Four of Autumn here is many of your divine masculines, they want to be so much more than they are, especially when it comes to things like their career or like their place in the world, because this talks about helping out others who are less fortunate. And I feel like many of you have divine masculines because of their action-oriented nature, divine masculine energy. There is so much that they take in and they take on when it comes to finding like ways to bring about peace in the world, or to bring about like helping the less fortunate. Like, there's so many ideas that they have and things that they're so passionate about when it comes to really making things go smoother in the world, but they're so heavily attacked by karmic energies that really don't want to help that. Like twin flames, the purpose is to help elevate the consciousness of the planet. When you come here and then you start realizing that it's like, oh my god, like, you're here for that purpose, then definitely, if you're not prepared for the karmic attacks, it's really difficult to continue on your mission work. But once you become aware of the karmic attacks, you start learning how to protect your energy and also how to continue your mission work while protecting your energy, and of course the connection as well, because that's another thing too that's really been heavily infiltrated and affected in 2024. I would say it really started in about 2017. But what happened was like the love connection started, karmic energy started coming into a lot of these twin flame connections and really creating a lot of resentment and separation and prolonged separation and just a feeling of like disbelief. This journey is fake. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, this, doesn't exist. Like, just a really kind of boggled mind when it comes to, like, compared to how you first were when you first started having spiritual experiences and knowing that this journey was very real through the experiences that you were being seen through physical things that were happening to you, dreams, visions, synchronicities. You give it a few years and it's like many of you feel like you can't even relate to that anymore. It's like now you don't know which direction to be pulled in. It's like, is this journey fake? It's like, oh, synchronicities are stupid. It's like, oh, maybe this is made up. Twin flames are, a belief for crazy people. All of that stuff. It's like you have to really know how to stay grounded in your truth and really just stay in your own lane, stay on your own path, stay in your own road, because that stuff will affect you. It will affect the connection, the bond, the level of frequency that you're supposed to have. It affects your ability to rise above and ascend over a lot of the emotional stuff that's really trying to impact your pace, right? The pace that you're setting for yourself on the journey. So pay attention to that stuff, guys, because a lot of the divine masculines are definitely waking up and going through their tower moments. I feel like it's happening even more rapidly because the divine feminines have really woken up and chosen to allow your divine masculines to fight this fight on their own. They're stronger on their own is what I'm getting. When you're there, it's like they kind of have to look out for you, and then by doing that, they get distracted and they get attacked by the karmic, therefore you get attacked by the karmic. So it's better for them to just be there and be focused and face their karmic situations head on. So yeah. All right, guys, that's what I have for this one. Again, hit me up tonight as of 9 p.m. I will be live for you guys to answer additional questions that you might have, or if you want to follow up on the energy and the reading and ask a question or two about your own connection, I am definitely there for you. If you want to speak, we can speak live. Yippee! I've been waiting for that for so long. It's just it's so nice to be able to just chat with you guys and get into the energies sometimes rather than wait to receive a reading. Otherwise, if you guys prefer that option as well, I do the recorded readings. So yeah, definitely hit me up over on Hipsy. I would be excited to chat with you guys, speak with you guys, or even text for some of you who may not want to talk. All right? I love you guys. Take it easy, and I will catch you in the next reading. Bye.